Hello, my name is Sydney Hammer, and while I eventually want to have a career in entertainment and arts writing and journalism, I really wanted to write my research paper on the ethical challenges in celebrity privacy and how this kind of impacts entertainment reporting. So, the purpose of my paper is really just to discover the ethical dilemmas in reporting celebrities and their lives, how we can sometimes cross boundaries to get information, stories out of celebrities just to better the journalist and to kind of be unfair with how we're treating them. I really wanted to examine the impact of breaking privacy boundaries, and then also as an opposing argument, kind of the importance of journalistic integrity balanced with the mental well-being of celebrities in question. So just kind of figuring out what's the most important parts of this industry and figuring out how to get the stories from celebrities without affecting their mental well-being. And lastly, I wanted to discover the motivations that will help to understand the balance between the public's right to information and the protection of privacy. And so I kind of found two main sides that I wanted to investigate during my research. I investigated the opposing arguments of celebrities' right to privacy being protected and the public's right to know the intimate details of celebrities' lives. Both of these sides argued that public figures have some fault by virtue of fame, leaving the public with a right to know, and they do hold a lot of influence over the public. So for the side that this is breaking the boundaries to get into their private lives is kind of needed, I think some people argue that when they sign up to be a celebrity or to be a public figure, they have to know that this is going to come along with that career. If you're going to be influencing a bunch of people, having a bunch of people watch you and follow your life, they do deserve a right to know kind of what's going on, to see if they still want to support you, if they want to follow you, kind of who they're watching, and just kind of knowing what's happening in their world. And I do think that some paparazzi is stalking and gossip and just kind of that overly invades celebrities' private lives. And that leans into kind of intrusive reporting, which really isn't in the public's interests, and that's intimate moments that don't really need to be shared with the world. So while I do think that public figures do have some virtue of fame, they also deserve that boundary of knowing what shouldn't be in the news and what's allowed to be in the news and what's allowed to be public for the world to see. And going along with this, journalists need to weigh the consequences of their actions against the public's rights to know. So while the public does have the right to know and they are interested in celebrities' lives, journalists need to figure out that boundary and how to release this information without crossing that boundary. And another argument was that gossip-focused journalism can diminish credibility. If you want to be looked at as a professional journalist, you don't want to be writing in the fake gossip magazines. You don't want to be writing about just the gossip going on in their lives. You want to be writing about the good things that celebrities are doing, the positives in their lives, or the negatives, whatever is just the most really hard journalism that's going to get them their story successful. And lastly, some say invading celebrities' private lives is justified for public interests. This goes with scandals, corruption, societal issues, and how that kind of leads into intrusion. And responsible journalism can demand sacrifices in privacy. And from my research and analysis, I've concluded that celebrities' privacy and personal lives have to be invaded to some level. That's just how society and fame are going to work. People want to know the interesting, intimate details about the lives of those in the public eye, purely for entertainment and influence. But the extent that paparazzi go to get the perfect shot sometimes becomes selfish, and the effects of this type of work can heavily impact the well-being and mental states of celebrities, which kind of goes along with just really finding that balance and boundary. And for my conclusion, I would like to think to better balance the invasion of privacy dealt with celebrities and public figures, with journalists still doing their jobs and producing the content that the public is interested in, it has to be done in a way that we are only reporting on exposing wrongdoing and not exposing every minor little detail of their lives, breaking that boundary, going to far extents to never to let them be alone, just paparazzi following them like crazy. that's not the kind of journalism that we want to be producing. We want to be producing those stories that people really are interested to know about, that's going to have an effect on our lives. Boundaries need to be set in order to fairly give celebrities a level of privacy that protects some aspects of their personal lives. And along with this side of the argument, celebrities need to know that with the career that they have does come public interest of your personal life, not just your career. No matter what kind of celebrity you are, no matter what level of public figure you are, your followers are going to want to know some details about your personal life. And people follow those in the public eye for a reason. They're interested in you, they're interested in who you are. And entertainment journalism would fail without detail to personal matters of life. It's just kind of how the world's going to work in that matter. So there is going to always be a little bit of an extent into personal lives, but we just really need to find that boundary and balance. So thank you.